Joining the spotlights aglow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV. Let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlights. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. Speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream, and speed, the battle is tight. Who will...
All right, BobbethTV's live. You know what that means. We're going to jump on over to our qualifying screens. It is the Grassroots Racing Series Knuckleheadz iRacing Leagues. This is Championship Week. At the end of this week, 3 days, we will decide a Grassroots Racing Series champion. First race up here tonight, the 358 Modifieds here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We do have the dirt street stocks at Lucas Oil after that. We're currently in qualifying for the 358. So let's get down to the track and have a look at some of these times coming in. About 15 drivers I think I saw registered, maybe more. Team Yoda Racing, good morning guys, how are you brother? And Angel Mike Butler. Let's see, we got the third. I think it's just the two of them today, but the Yoda Outlaws boys in the chat. Once again, still having issues with Twitch. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but I tried to play with a few settings quickly this morning. Just brought them down a little bit, but it's still buffering, so I'm not sure what is going on over there. Standridge, Kelly McKellen, thanks for the share and the like. Good luck out there, brothers. Let's see, Kelly McKellen, 8th, the quickest on the leaderboard. Oh, we haven't got the times up. Let's do that. Josh Roberts has a quick time. 17 drivers here today, so 16 have got times down on the board. As the likes start flooding in. Appreciate you boys. Championship week. Cody McDonald. Hopefully you're here to watch your brother Trav win this week. Cody's in the chat, Facebook chat. How you been? One of the more winningest drivers here in our Knuckleheadz iRacing history, Cody McDonald. How you been, brother? It's been a long time. So qualifying is done. All right, going to get onto that grid, get the first of several heats going. Oh, let me click on the right buttons. Oh my God. There we go. I think I got it right that time. Okay, let's have a look at our grid here. All right, Josh Robertson. Something a bit behind the text, we can see it. Josh Robertson, Chad put a ball on that front row. Then Dawson Potter and Chris Sandridge on that second row. Von Mead and Richard Jackson will be on that third and final row. Looks like we've got a 3-heat race system tonight. Doing great. Took a break from iRacing, just getting back into it again. Well, quick, tank your iRating so you can join in on the next Knuckleheadz season. Sorry, just trying to. I'm not going to eat my egg and bacon roll while we get through the heat races for breakfast, so I'm just going to wrap it up and hopefully it stays a little bit warm for later in the morning. Sorry, I grab some tissues, my nose a little bit congested. I don't know, just pay him under the table, Cody, or no. Yeah, it would be great to have you back. All right, we're off and racing. Oh, there's a name I haven't seen in the chat in a while. YouTube, Vicky Schuler. Go, Chad. Here, just in time to watch this one get started. Josh Roberts, Dawson Potter, Chad Football, Chris Standridge, Von Mead, Richard Jackson, 6-car heat field, 6-car heat 1 is what I was trying to spit out of 3 heats, I believe. 6 laps will be the order of the day. Talking to the boys the other day, we've already started getting at the next season ready to go. Part of Monday locked in, we're locking in the rest of those days as well. So yeah, should have some more news about that competition soon. Now, unfortunately, Bristol Motor Speedway doesn't have a track map available to me with my telemetry software, so we don't have that option there, unfortunately. Josh Robertson coming around for the white flag lap in just a moment. Dawson Potter in second, Chad Football third. Chris Standridge currently fourth. Richard Jackson, Von Mead fifth and sixth. As the white flag lap gets underway, Barney waves it. Oh, there's a big collision there, but that's just what happens at the end of our race, is when we get to the end of the heat race. First one in the bags. In the books. Just waiting for the results to come up on our screen. Come on, don't grid before we get our result. There we go. All right, so Von Mead, Mediocre Racing in sixth in Heat 1. Richard Jackson, Nerd Herd Racing in fifth. Chris Standard from Outcast in fourth. Chad Football from Dirt Warrior Racing in third. K. Charles Dawson Potter in second. J&J Motorsports, the driver, Josh Roberts. They will secure the pole position start in our feature race, Heat 2. It's going to be Travis McDonald and Mike Moniz on that front row. Bud Molyneux and Mike Davis, second row. Third row is going to be Wayne Bridges and Jason Coffey. Bristol Motor Speedway up first. This is, of course, the Dirt 358 Modifieds. And after this, we will be jumping over to Lucas Oil Speedway for the Dirt Street Stock. So some good racing action here today. Sorry about that cough there. So we get ready to get this second heat race of 3 underway. Off we go and racing. It looks pretty tightly packed already. Let's try and get to a bit of a wider camera to watch this one play out. Travis McDonald, Mike Moniz, both are battling for the championship points at this stage. Bud Molyneux back there would love to put his 2 cents into that competition as well. Back there in third, Mike Davis, Jason Coffey, Wayne Bridges. My beautiful face on the 99 Mad Dog. Thank you for the support. New TV logo as well. See there, that is a Mike M Designs wrap. Mike Moniz, our heat race leader. So Travis falling back to third. Bud settled into second though. Travis up, Mike up into first. Our first half of this heat race action is done at 1.5 heats to go. 9 laps in total to remain to go. Oh my God, where's this coffee? Here it is. I've got a Red Bull in the fridge, so don't panic, guys. Once we've got the coffee done, we'll hit the Red Bull, and we should be good. White flag lap here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Grassroots Racing Series. Mike Moniz, our Heat 2 leader here. Looks like he's going to line up alongside Josh Roberts on that front row as he gets the checkered flag. Very quick heat there, minute 40. Heat 2's results up a lot quicker than Heat 1's results, so we'll get them on our screens right now. Jason Coffey from RCI in 6th, Wayne Bridges 5th, Mo Digging Mafia's Mike Davis in 4th, Venom Racing's Bud Molyneux in 3rd, Travis McDonald 2nd, but Team Southern Sim Racing's Mike Moniz will take out the Heat 2 win and start on the front row alongside Josh Roberts, who's going to start behind Josh. Let's have a look at the grid for our third and final heat for the 358 Modifieds. It's going to be Jonathan Foxworth and Mikey Mixter, Kelly McKellen and Brian Angel, and then Mike Butler. So Jonathan Foxworth, Mikey Mixter on that front row, Kelly McKellen and Brian Angel 2nd, and Mike Butler will be on that 3rd and final row. Tim Brown, Mr. Tim L. Brown, liking it on liking the stream on Facebook. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you. Oh, that is the coffee done. Good luck out there, Mr. Angels, Brian Angel, sir. I did see that come through on the screen, but it doesn't seem to be on the chat on my. Oh, I reckon you've commented on the older link. I had to quit it and go live again, just because of the settings issues that we've been experiencing. Trying to fix that. B-Man Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in our race lead here for Heat 3. Brian Angel, Mikey Mixer, Kelly McKellen, Mike Butler back there behind him as well. I saw a spelling mistake in the title of the stream as well, so I'm going to quickly check that. Yeah, I put an extra number in the big blocks. Let's get that 2 out of there. Just one more lap remains once this one is completed. 6th lap is about to be underway. White flag is waved. We are here. We are about to start our 35 lap, first of 2 main events here tonight. 358 modifieds here at Bristol Motor Speedway and the Dirt Street Stocks over at Lucas Oil Speedway as well. All right, sorry about that. Coughing fit, nose blocked. Oh, it's horrible. Kelly McKellen for Mo Digging Mafia, 5th in Heat 3. Yoda Outlaws, Mike Butler in 4th. Mikey Mixer in 3rd. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel in 2nd. But the B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth, will line up behind our pole position starter on that 2nd row in this feature. Congratulations, Jonathan Foxworth, taking out Heat 3. All right, the grid for this feature race. It's going to be Josh Robertson and Mike Moniz on that front row. I believe Travis McDonald is our points leader, so he should go to the rear of the field. So Jonathan Foxworth and Dawson Potter on our 2nd row. 3rd row is going to be Chad Putterball, Brian Angel. 4th row, Mikey Mixer and Bud Molyneux. Mike Davis and Chris Standridge on that 5th row. Oh, it doesn't look like Travis or Mike have moved, so maybe they're staying at where they are, championship week. So Travis McDonald, Brian Angel, 3rd row, 4th row, Bud Molyneux and Chad Putterball, Mikey Mixer and Chris Standridge on that 5th row, Mike Davis and Mike Butler on that 6th row. 7th row is going to be Richie Jackson and Wayne Bridges. 8th row, Kelly McKellen and Von Mead. Jason Coffey will round out that 9th and final row himself. Pace truck leaving the track. The boys are going to get this 17 car 358 modified race underway. The Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Grassroots Racing Series Championship Week. 5 races over the next 3 days to decide the Grassroots Racing Series champion. Finish order going to be Very important here today. Josh Roberts off to a great start there. Jonathan Foxworth, Mike Menees, Dawson Potter, Travis McDonald, the 5. Brian Andrew, Chad Ball, Mikey, Newstead, Bud Molyneux, Christian the 10, Mike Butler, Mike Davis, Richard Jackson, Wayne Bridges, Kelly McKellen the 15, Jason Coffey and Brian at Mead round out the final 2 cars, 16th and 17th spots. The cars trying to sort of vie for position here, trying to find their line. Oh, Dawson float up the track into the wall, as did Bud Molyneux. How are we today, chat? Hope your weekend was great. If you're in America, then it is Sunday night. Oh, the 883 moved up the track a bit to avoid Chris Standridge, bounced into the wall, got into Dawson Potter. We watched that one live. Yeah, chat, how's your weekend? If you are watching in the States, obviously it's Sunday night. It's the end of your weekend. I hope your weekend was great. If you're here in America, in Australia, obviously it is Monday morning. First caution for the night so far. All right, let's about to get this one back underway. Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Grassroots Racing Series, the final week. This is week 11 of the competition championship week. 2 races today, 2 tomorrow, 1 on Tuesday night American, Wednesday morning Australian, to decide the overall champion. Right now, it seems to be between Travis McDonald and Mike Menees. Both those guys currently on the second row of this feature start as we get going. Josh Roberts, Jonathan Foxworth, Mike Menees, Travis McDonald, Chad Putterbolt, Brian Angel, Mikey Mixter, Mike Butler, Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis, Chris Standridge, Jason Coffey, Kelly McKellen, Dawson Potter, Bud Molyneux, Richard Jackson, and Von Mead. What it looks like from my seat in the house up here in the TV tower. This car out there looks like 16.579 Mike Menees. Oh no, 16.4 Josh Roberts. 16.4 for Josh Roberts, quite consistent at the moment. Early on in the piece, coming up on lap 10 of 35. And I believe that is Mike Butler. And he's battling with position. Chris Standridge back there behind them. It seems to have Wayne Bridges coming up on him as well as Dawson Potter back there too. Von Mead has gone into the pits. Almost a third of the way, probably, yeah, just under a third of the way into the race, and Von Mead and Chad Woodball both in at the pits there. Can't see that anything happened, but Chad definitely jumped to the pits. Can't see that he crashed. Action heavy and fast all over the track. Camera's having trouble trying to decide where we show what. Brian Angel there, fifth place. He's got fourth, third, and second ahead of him. Mike Benitez, Jonathan Foxworth, Travis McDonald, Josh Roberts also up there, but just out of view in the race lead. Just behind Travis, Brian, is Mikey Mixter in the 77 machine. He's picking up a bit of speed there. It's gone up high around Jonathan Foxworth. Will come down a little bit low there, just risking contact with, depending on if Jonathan was going to set a bit more angled or not. Fortunately, came in pretty straight. It does look like Mike Benitez just stuck there between the 7. Sorry, the 7 and the 77. That's what I was trying to say. He jumped up to the third place, Jonathan Foxworth, and confused me for a moment. All right, for those of you watching on Twitch, I apologise. There is a bit of an issue at the moment over there. Where it seems to be buffering. I've tried to change some settings to improve it, but I'm not sure what the actual cause of the issue is. I think it might actually be Twitch. So Kick, YouTube and Facebook, all BobbethTV, all seem to be fine. It's just Twitch. If you are watching on Twitch and it's a bit buffery, you can switch over to another stream if you so wish. Thomas Dennis, thanks for the like, brother. 7 and the 29, third and fourth place, Jonathan Foxworth and Brian Angel battling it out. Up there in second, Josh Roberts with about 13 laps to go, still our race leader. So you can go a little bit higher up there because he had that extra speed on the 7. You can see him closing that distance. Those of you just tuning in, this is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Grassroots Racing Series. 11 weeks of some very randomised cars and tracks. We're here in week 11. Just 4 and a bit races to go, 5 if we count this one, before we decide our Grassroots champion. Right now, I believe it is between Travis McDonald, who's in second place, and Mike Benitez, who's currently in fifth. As it stands, it should move towards more Travis McDonald. He's got the higher finishing position. I believe he has the points gap. Also, Von Mead back on the track, so 16 cars racing. Chad Woodball still watching from the pits. We hope he has a better run in the street stock competition over at Lucas Oil Speedway coming up after this one. Brian Angel, they are battling it out hard. Mike Benitez back down the top 5. He would definitely like to move up a spot or 2. 36 Von Me just falling back down through the field as the lap traffic come past him. Or the lead lap traffic, rather. He is lap traffic the other way around. We get to the final 5 laps of this race. We'll jump back up to the front soon and give Josh Roberts his flowers. He has done an amazing job. Led this one from the start. Cautions have come out. That means we're going to have a green-white checkered finish. 2 laps to finish this one up. So it might have been Yoda Outlaws, Mike Butler. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 00 machine there, just ahead of the 36. Yeah, just didn't set, come up and got up into the wall. That spun him around and he was able to get down into pit lane pretty quickly. All right, looks like it's got to be Josh Roberts, Travis McDonald front row, Brian Angel and Jonathan Foxworth will be on that second row, third row, Mike Menezes and Mikey Mixter. Fourth row is going to be Chris Standridge and Jason Coffey. Bud Molyneux and Dawson Potter on that fifth row, sixth row, Wayne Bridges and Kelly McKellen. Seventh row, Mike Davis and Richard Jackson. Mike Butler will be on that eighth and final row by himself as Chad Putterball still in the pits. Oh, less than 10 to go. They might be going a single file restart on this one with just those 2 remaining. They are. So it looks like Travis might not really have an opportunity at Josh here. The stream seems to have sorted itself out. Wicked. So whatever's going on with Twitch, I hope it was just a Twitch issue and they've sorted it out because, yeah, that's, oh, thank God. Thanks for that, Swiggy. Appreciate you, brother. White flag lap. We're about to have a finish. Coming into 3 and 4 for that last time. Bristol Motor Speedway, the 358th round of the Grassroots Racing Series is done. Knuckleheadz iRacing League only has 4 more races before they decide their Grassroots champion, as Josh gets high fives all round by the drivers. Get to our official results though. Finishing in 17th place, 23 laps down, Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putterball. 7 laps down at Von Mead from Mediocre Racing. In 16th, 15th, Mike Butler for Yoda Outlaws. 14th, Richard Jackson, Nerd Herd Racing. Pardon me. Mo Digging Mafias, Mike Davis and Kelly McKellen in 13th and 12th. Wayne Bridges and Mikey Mixter in 11th and 10th. Dawson Potter in 9th. Venom Racing's, oh, now I've got the hiccups. Bud Molyneux in, where's Bud? 8th. RCI's Jason Coffey in 7th. Outcast Racing's Chris Standridge in 6th. Our top 5, the B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 5th. Team Southern Cinema Racing's Mike Menezes in 4th. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel in 3rd. Travis McDonald 2nd. But our winner here tonight in the 358s, and looking, I would imagine, to want to go back-to-back in the street stocks at Lucas Oil to sort of prove his worth in those vehicles. Josh Roberts, J&J Motorsports driver Josh Roberts, congratulations. Let's get your deets up on the screen. We'll head on over to Discord. We've still got about 20 minutes before the lobby for the next session opens up. So we might have a short break between races. We'll have to wait and see how we go. Well, congratulations. This man, one heat one, well, qualified pole position, one heat one, gave him the pole position in the feature. And look, he had a few guys behind him that could have been very capable of getting the job done, but able to keep that car in front for the rest of that race. And basically doing the job we told you needed to do, Josh, and that was just come out and try and collect as many points from Travis and Mike as possible to hold up that championship battle between them to make it as close as it can be. And you've done the first part. Now, let's ask the question straight away. Now, we won't wish the next race away, but if it comes down to where you can only win one of the races, would you prefer to win this one, or would you prefer to take the street stocks next at Lucas Oil?
Oh, definitely street stocks.
That's what I said.
It is nice racing at Bristol because Tennessee and all. But nah, if I had to choose, I'm definitely taking street stocks all day.
That is it. That's the one that obviously your namesake, the Royal Electrical Dirt Street Stocks, one of the premier competitions within the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's seasonal racing. So looking forward to that one coming back. We get a bit of a preview later tonight at Lucas Oil as we wrap up the rest of this one. But first, we'll get through the 358s. Just the two cautions, one early in the piece, and then one late with that two wire with two to go. How was Bristol? It seemed really good. Like a lot of the guys were able to keep their cars nice and straight. There was a few times where they did dig up the track a little bit. Was it just that there was a fair few cars on the track, but it just didn't seem like he wanted to sort of go in any particular way race wise? Was there sort of a few options? Did what was happening on the track?
Well, honestly, in my opinion, I think the bottom was really about the only thing you could run. That's why, I went into the mindset of, try to qualify first and stay up front because passing, unless the track's super slick, which it started slicking off at the end, but no one was really running the high line. So, you weren't, forming that outside line. The track was super bouncy. Pretty much everybody in Discord was talking about how wore out their arms were because you'd hit turn 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and your wheels just bobbling back and forth. But overall, I felt like I had pretty good, uh, control of my car and pretty much where I wanted it to go. It was going. I did try a few lines, but I wasn't, taking anything for granted. I was really just watching my relative and making sure I wasn't screwing up anything because I did not want to get in a side-by-side battle at this track.
No, I can totally understand that. I'm just trying to get something on our screens while we're sort of talking here. But yeah, no, it's something, and you can sort of see that with a lot of the drivers sort of just sitting there back behind some of that positional racing, where they were just sort of wanting one of you guys to take that shot, to take that chance. To mess up to allow them the opportunity to sort of continue on and hopefully jump up a spot. Now, in saying that, we do have a image on the screens that Chris Standridge just hooked me up with. It's something that him and I bring up every week after the races and sort of have a look at. That I've thought is relevant to this race here to sort of show you. But basically, it's the starting positions in the running order. So we can see there that around lap 5, you and Travis did swap positions. He did move up into first relative-wise for a lap or almost half a lap. You're able to get that car back into the lead and keep that one running. But you can sort of see throughout the board, there was a lot of guys where I feel like a big part of the challenge in moving up positions is the competition with the car. The car behind you is always going to put that sort of effort of racing on. Did you feel like you were sort of held back focusing on second and third, or were you able to sort of just run away with it a bit more yourself and not have to worry about what was behind you?
Oh, definitely. Seeing those guys battle it out, I don't have to worry about it. I'm just focused on my line because I don't have to worry about somebody being on the inside or outside of me. So I pretty much can just focus on my line and try to pull away as much as I can. I really didn't want to see that caution at the end, but thankfully we were under 10 laps, so we get to go on leader. So I peeled back because the greens tonight were a little weird. As soon as the truck would go off, I mean, it was green, which mine and I think Travis in his heat, it threw us both by surprise. So even though we had a caution late, thankfully it was on leader, so I was able to pull away again. Like I said, I really did not want to get in a side-by-side battle at this track, knowing the fact that that high line was not there. So I'll definitely my game plan came to fruition. I was able to do what I wanted to do and come away with a win, and that really didn't have to race anybody. So
That's it. That is it. So we need basically the same result next race. But if we can somehow get Travis to fall back a few extra spots, get Mike to come up a few spots, sort of balance out today's race in the championship points, and that would be awesome. Um, let's see. We've still got 15 minutes, I think. Well, actually, I think the session's opening 5 minutes later than usual, so I think we might even have 20 minutes still to go before we get to the next. Right, yeah, it's all 10 minutes actually by the looks of that. Trying to think of something I can talk about the race. While exciting, it was sort of not uneventful, but it um, wasn't much that people had too much trouble with. I feel like Bristol, it's one of those tracks that sort of started off as, it's not commonly dirt, it is banked. As the sort of the shorter, the mid-length sort of road course, the paved oval tracks are. Do you think everyone's sort of used to it now in that respect, and that sort of does make it a bit hard to fight for position because everyone's at such a similar level with this sort of track rather than any one person sort of having an advantage over it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a fixed series, so really it comes down to the driver and that
Yeah.
consistency of lines. Um, if it did wear out, I think we started the race at 0. I'm not sure. If we started at 25, that's a whole different story because I remember racing, I want to say pro or a super against John,
Mm.
and I was doing kind of my own thing, not paying attention to the relative, and then out of nowhere he just passed me on the high side like I was a sitting duck. When it slicks off, you get a little bit more side by side action, but I mean that bottom lane, if you're stuck down on the bottom when it's slicked, you're in for it. So yeah, if it might have been a different story if we were in a big block, just because we got a little bit more horsepower to power through the turns. Really, it was kind of like you're driving an asphalt car tonight. You just pedal to the metal and hold your line.
That is it. All right. So, well, Dirt Street Stocks at Lucas Oil up next. Tomorrow night, Dirt Legends at Lincoln, and then we're back in the 358s at Eldora. I think that one is going to be a doozy. The 358s at Eldora, and then wrapping it up at I-55 Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55 with the limited late models. So some good racing still to come. We're not going to wish the season away just yet, but only 2 more days remaining, only 4 races to go. So look, as I say, disrupt that run for the other boys as much as you can. Likewise to the other drivers, if you're listening, look, as I say, week 11 of an 11-week competition, 17 cars in today's race. That is just a testament to the racing that you guys to deliver, that the league's representation and reputation sort of precedes itself, that we can still have 17 cars in what basically is a 2 to 3 car championship battle at this point. So no, it's anyone's game in terms of who can get the wins, and I think that is going to make it very interesting for the other guys battling for those championships. So keep up the good work. Best of luck with the street stocks coming up next. Before we let you go though, man, friends, family. Oh, I always get the hiccups in the weirdest times. Friends, family, and sponsors. Who do you need to give a shout out to?
Hey, always the wife. She's in there right now playing with the kiddos. I hear them going wild. So, the league, you said it. We had 17 cars on championship night or championship week. Usually by most leagues that I've paid attention to, they're not in the points championship and they're not willing to race. But this group of guys that we've got is Wayne, John, all the other admins uh, really, taking a toll of who we got in this league, and it's been fun racing with these guys. So can't do it without the guys. Obviously, can't do it without you and putting on the awesome broadcast and adding new features. I think that's cool as all get out because you look at that little graph and it's just up and down, up and down, up and down. So you kind of get to see what's going on during the races. And like the admins as well. At my departure for a little bit, and then they held to it and got this thing rolling and made it even better. but yeah, everybody else. And then I think we're gearing up to start the new season, which we're going to throw a few curveballs and make it interesting. Wayne's a mad scientist right now, so I'll keep it at that.
I've received a few messages from Wayne, and we've already squared away one. I believe one series on Monday night. So yes, about 4 more series to come. John and I have been talking about those as well. So it's one of those no-brainers. It wasn't even like, hey, Grassroots is wrapping up soon. Do you want to talk about what we're going to do for next season? It is literally just I just wait for the info. It's a no-brainer. To just leave myself available for you guys, and glad that the boys are able to come up with something. And we've said it before. We said it like it started back in the R3 days, and every season it's the same. And then we moved over to Knuckleheadz, and it's been the exact same again every season. You guys don't make changes for the sake of it, and you don't make changes just to shake things up. It's the changes are to improve the competition, to keep it fresh, and every time you've done it, you've just the league levels up a little bit more every time. And you know, the idea was it's sort of like it should help the good drivers pass their skills on to the great drivers, sorry, pass their skills on to the good drivers, and the good drivers to make their way up to becoming great drivers. And we're seeing it across the field. I think this season, grassroots standouts for me, probably Jonathan Foxworth and Dawson Potter, are two guys that really have been in with the shout a lot of these races, but haven't been able to sort of get the big win on the board. Yourself, obviously, you've come in late and really upset some things. Mike and Travis really set up a second half season battle beautifully. It's just a testament to you guys as drivers and as the league admins and things like that you can put together such a competition that stays as fresh as it does and just keeps attracting people. Whether it's the Yoda Outlaws guys, we've got them coming up to be able to run a full start to finish season, and I feel like they're going to be very different competitors in that. They were quite competitive in this series, but I feel like they're going to be a lot more in the points. Brian Angel especially, but I feel like you'll start to see guys like his teammate in I've lost his name already. Mike Butler, and there is a third one whose name escapes me, and I apologise because I'm just struggling with names today. But yeah, it is. I can't say it enough. It's you guys will be on my screens as long as you want to be, basically.
Hey, that's fine with us, which I can't believe we're running as long as we have. I
Yeah.
remember the night I saw your video, I was like, oh, I've got to have him. So I tell a bunch of people about it too. So,
Seems like a
seeing us
lifetime
both
ago
grow,
that convey happened.
yeah, I know. It really has been. Time flies by when you're having fun, but no, we're another thing with the guys is the 17 guys that raced tonight, there was so much respect out there on the track, and that's what this league's all about. You can race hard and pass and push people out of the way for wins, but at the end of the day, it's respect, is what we're expecting from our guys, and I really think we got that. And obviously we've got in contact with a few other guys for the season coming up, so we'll get to add in a few new names, well, a few older names, I should say. So it's going to be interesting, and all the newcomers that are coming up. So I'm interested to see what it's going to be. It's been a minute since I've got to run for a trophy, so I'm here for it. I think the past 5 or 6 races I've won 3 and got second in 3, so I'll take it.
Definitely. Look, I think just with the finishing order, with the finishing averages in the last few weeks, you are no pressure, but going into tonight, I would put you in as the favourite to go back to back. We had that the other week where you weren't as confident moving into the second race as you would have liked, and I sort of said that sort of sets up some no expectation runs, and generally with KHR races will give results, and it did. You went back to back on that night. So look, best of luck. Dirt Street Stocks, a little bit more your speciality. So I wish you all the best. Can't wait for the new season to start. But we've still got 4 more races counting this next one before we get to those details. So let's not wish away the championship just yet. Let's see if Mike and Travis can fight over it a little bit more with a couple of you guys running interference. But until then, man, go stretch your legs. You'll be on the track in a couple of minutes. Get some practice in, and we'll see you soon.
All right, sounds good. Let's go steal some more points.
That's the way, brother. Thank you. All right, that was Josh Roberts, pole position in Heat 1, winner. Heat 1, pole position in the feature, winner in the feature. So Josh Roberts getting it done where it matters. 358 modifieds here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We're going to take a short 5-minute break as we get ready to bring the next session over to our screens. So stretch your legs, go grab a drink, go check in with the family, do all of those things, but make sure you're back in about 10 minutes for some more racing, guys and girls. We'll be back soon.
The lights go low. The crowd is roaring. Time to go. Thank you for joining. The spotlight's aglow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV. Let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlights. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudabah, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudabah, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. Steel and speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV, let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlights. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom and the Terminator pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudabah, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudabah, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar.
All right, I am ready, so we'll cut that intro short. BobbethTV is live again. You know what that means? One more race still to come here on Mud Mule TV. We are now in Wheatland, USA, Lucas Oil Speedway for the Dirt Street Stock competition. They are out on the field for practice right now with about 9 minutes remaining. So I'm going to leave you with our practice screens while we take a quick break. And BobbethTV will be back shortly. as we get ready to move on over to qualifying, Kent McLean, quickest in practice, 16.732. Looks like Chad put a ball with the second quickest time, Chris Standridge third quickest, Mike Davis and Travis McDonald fourth and fifth quickest. Dawson Potter sixth quickest, seventh Josh Roberts, eighth in practice, Richard Jackson, Brian Angel ninth, 10th Wayne Bridges, Kelly McKellen, Mike Menez, Von Mead and Jonathan Foxworth. Round out the rest of that field. Practice finishing up as we ride along with Dawson Potter. There's Travis below him. All right, qualifying is up. Looks like Dawson, one of the first cars out on the track. Qualifying mode enabled. There we go. Ken McLean, Dawson Potter, of course, Chris Standridge, Kelly McKellen, 4 cars already out on the track. Trying to get those times in. We'll see if we can bounce around and check them all out as they get these times running. Standridge, quick time 16.713, 16.733 for Ken McLean, 8.43 for Dawson Potter. Ooh, Kent though moves up with a 16.695. 17 flat for Brian Angel. See what time Josh Roberts can get to set himself up for a back-to-back run. He was our 3:58 winner here earlier tonight. Now he's third quickest, 16.748. 500th of a second off the lead. Chad put above 16.687. So some decently quick times up the front there. 16.687, 16.695, 16.713. That looks like everyone has qualified. Chad quickest, Kent McLean second quickest, third quickest, Chris Standridge, Josh Robertson, Von Mead fourth and fifth fastest in qualifying. Dawson Potter, Travis McDonald, Kelly McKellen, Mike Menez, Brian Angel 6 to 10. Jonathan Foxworth, that man on our screens, Mike Davis, Richard Jackson and Wayne Bridges 11 to 14. All right, heat one's grid. Let's get that all sorted out. It is going to be Chad Putterboff, Don't Worry Racing on that front row alongside Josh Roberts, J&J Motorsports, Travis McDonald and Yoda Outlaws driver Brian Angel. We're on that second row. Third row is going to be Richard Jackson from Nerd Herd Racing. Another 3 heats coming our way before our 35 lap Lucas Oil feature here at Wheatland, USA. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Grassroots Racing Series. The 11th week, championship week. After this race, just 3 more races to decide the first ever Grassroots 2025 champion. At this stage, Travis McDonald and Michael Moniz are the 2 favourites. Racetrack off the track. We're going to get this one underway. 6 laps. Heat 1 feature pole position start up for grabs for the winner. Josh Roberts wanting to go back to back. Very important to take the win here tonight. Chad Putterboff's going to want to set himself up for a run as well. Travis McDonald, Brian Angel, Richard Jackson, pretty much everyone in this race wants that finish. Start here. Chad Putterboff, Josh Roberts, Travis McDonald, Brian Angel, Richard Jackson. First half of this heat race done and dusted. Just 3 more laps still to come. Chad Putterboff by a race leader. Josh Roberts second. Travis McDonald currently in at third. Brian Angel, Richard Jackson fourth and fifth. Josh able to keep that car keeping up with Chad there, but this is heat 1. There's not going to be a lot of track usage in terms of finding a better line or racing the leader. You are basically just going to follow him around the track. As the white flag lap comes out. The pole position start for Chad Putterboff in the feature. Josh Roberts is going to start outside pole second row. As the high fives come in thick and fast. Richard Jackson, Nerd Herd Racing in 5th. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel finished 4th. Travis McDonald 3rd. J&J Motorsports, Josh Roberts in 2nd. But Chad Putterboff for Don't Worry Racing will take out heat 1 and get that feature start on the pole grid for heat 2 though. Kent McLean and Von Mead on that front row. Kellen McKellen and Jonathan Foxworth second row. Wayne Bridges is going to be on that 3rd and final row. All right, Kent McLean, Von Mead, Jonathan Foxworth, Kellen McKellen, Wayne Bridges, heat 2. We're about to get underway. get to a bit of cam as this race gets underway. Our race leader, the 75, Ken McLean. Jonathan Foxworth back there in second. Kelly McKellen third. Wayne Bridges and Vaughn Mead in fourth and fifth. First caution for the street stocks is out. Didn't quite see where it happened. Looks like it might have been Von Mead actually. Let's have a quick look here. Von Mead, yeah, just got a bit of a tap there, shot up the track. All right, it's going to be Ken McLean, Jonathan Foxworth, Kelly McKellen, and Wayne Bridges. Von Mead has retired. So just 4 cars in this Heat 2 battle. Who's going to start alongside the front row of Chad Puttable in the feature? Looks like Ken McLean at this stage. Jonathan Foxworth could get the job done. Flag lap, so Ken McLean is going to come into 3 and 4 for that final time. Gets the checkered flag, Heat 2 done and dusted. Results for Heat 2 here at Lucas Oil Speedway, the Grassroots Racing Series for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Mediocre Racing's Vaughn Mead in 5th, Wayne Bridges 4th, Mo Digging Mafia's Kelly McKellen in 3rd, B-Main Bandit Jonathan Foxworth in 2nd, but BAM Motorsports driver Kent McLean, oh, the hiccups, takes out the win in Heat 2. All right, grid for our 3rd and final heat here tonight. Before we get to our last of our Monday night features for the Grassroots Racing Series. This is our last Monday night race for this, well, Monday morning, Sunday night race, rather, depending if you're American or Australian. Chris Standridge, Dawson Potter will be on that front row. Mike Menez and Mike Davis on at that 2nd and final row. My mic is so sensitive today. I don't know what its deal is. Pole position, 2nd row, 3rd place starting position up for grabs in Heat 3 for the victor. Standridge, Dawson, Potter, Mike Menez, he's in the points chase for the championship, or Mike Davis. Let's find out. The 44, the 30, the 99. Mike, if you could just change your number to 33, just so you've got that sort of pattern, that'd be great. No. Just keeping that car up around that mid-range part of the track. It's going to be able to take advantage of the high portion of the lane. If that low line starts to come in, you'll be sort of there as well. Mike Mees still holding it slightly down lower than the 44 is, up a bit higher as he slides up across the nose, the 30 does. Mike Mees is going to settle in for that second place spot. Dawson falls back to third. Mike Davis currently fourth. White flag lap very soon. 3 and 4 for that bit of time. Only one more to go as Barney waves that white flag. It's the last lap of heat racing for Monday. It's Monday morning, Sunday nights. The Grassroots Racing Series. As the 22 holds on, it picks up the checkered flag. Mike Mees right there behind him though. Results come through the high fives, thick and heavy. Mike Davis from Mo Digging Mafia in fourth. KHR's very own Dawson Potter in third. Team Southern Sim Racing's Mike Mees in second. But Chris Standridge, that man on our screens right there, the red and white 22 for Outcast Racing. He will pick up our third victory in our third heat as we get ready for our 35 lap feature. It's going to be Chad Putterball, Kent McLean on that front row. Chris Standridge and Josh Roberts on that second row. Jonathan Foxworth and Mike Mees on that third row. Fourth row is going to be Travis McDonald and Kelly McKellen. Fifth row, Dawson Potter and Brian Angel. Sixth row is going to be Wayne Bridges and Mike Davis. Richard Jackson and Von Mead will wrap up our seventh and final row. 35 laps to go before we end today's racing and edge ever so closer to crowning our first ever Grassroots Racing Series champion. Pace truck is off the track. 35 laps of feature racing with the dirt street stocks here at Lucas Oil Speedway, Wheatland, USA, about to begin. Guys coming in to 3 and 4 will get this race started as they come out of 4. And off we go into racing. Going to be too wide, but a few cars got caught up, a couple off the track. I think that was Kent McLean and Chris Standridge as our first caution comes out. Dawson Potter also caught up in that. No, it wasn't Kent McLean. Let's have another look at that. Oh, it was Chad Putterball. He got a bit sideways. Chris tried to check up to avoid it, but the 29 unable to avoid that. Same with Dawson Potter. And I think that other car was the 99, maybe? No, the 92, Wayne Bridges. First caution out pretty quickly. Ken McLean, Josh Roberts, front row, second row, Jonathan Foxworth, Mike Benitez, Kellen McKinnon and Travis McDonald, third row, fourth row, Brian Angel and Dawson Potter. Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis in that fifth row, Chad Football, Richie Jackson, sixth row, seventh row. The big Chris Standridge. Von Mead has retired. Unfortunately, just 13 cars remain in this street stock battle. Still up there in the race lead. Mike Neese third. Jonathan Thompson, Kevin McKenna, Travis McDonald, Brian Angel, also spotted Wayne Bridges, Chad Football, Mike Davis, Chris Standridge, Richard Jackson. They are in the order we sort of wanted them to be in for the points battle. Mike Neese a few positions ahead of Travis McDonald in this points battle. Josh Roberts trying to hold off Ken McLean so he can secure back-to-back victories here tonight. Set the boys up to sort of be on the lookout for the return of the Roberts Street Stocks. Josh Roberts really wanting to solidify that championship this season. One of the few that has eluded him. Fifth of the way into this battle, 8 of the 35. Kent really not giving up on that low line there. Josh very fast on the high line and quite unbeatable, but Kent still keeping that car down low, making it work through the turns. Seems to be quicker through the turns. Josh slightly quicker on the exits. As we saw on the relative there, they are still battling for those positions. Still got plenty of racing to go, so let's get up with the lead and just watch that battle take place right now. He's gone up to the high line now. Josh moved down to the low line. No, they've switched back over again. There's Josh up high. Come down the back stretch into 3 and 4. Throws a slider with Josh cut under. We can't quite see from this angle. Coming up quickly on the halfway mark as these two drivers battled out side by side. Josh Roberts, Ken McLean behind him. Mike Benitez, Jonathan Foxworth and Travis McDonald make up the 5. 10 is Kellen McKellen, Brian Angel, Travis McDonald, Dawson Potter, Chad Football, Mike Davis, Chris Standridge, Wayne Bridges and Richard Jackson. Fourth and third car as a caution comes out. Reset our cams back up to the front runners as they pack this one back into the lineup. All right, we're starting to pack these guys back up to double wide lines. Get this one underway. Back underway, sorry. This car's going to leave the track there. Josh Roberts, Kevin planning on resume that front row battle. Second row battles, Mike Manise and Travis McDonald points leaders. Brian Angel and Chad Putterbolt, third row. Fourth row, Chris Stanton, Wayne at Bridges. Richard Jackson and Jonathan Foxworth, Kevin McKenna and Dawson Potter, Mike Davis, the remainder of our 13 car field. Up into that 1-2 battle. Ken McLean up high behind Josh Roberts. Travis McDonald and Chad Putterbolt there as well. This is going to get messy. Is pretty fierce up the front. Ken McLean, Josh Roberts, we're battling pretty intently now. It's Ken McLean and Mike Manise, the second and third place cars battling pretty crazily. Travis McDonald, the points leader, back there in fourth. Josh Roberts wanting to go back to back, especially wanting to take out the dirt street stock competition here tonight. In our race lead, 15 laps remain. Brian Angel, Jonathan Foxworth, 56 and 7. There are a few different battles across the field. Not a single position really seems to be safe at this stage. Everyone having a bit of competition thrown their way. Josh Roberts not even getting any reprieve for the Mike Manise Kent McLean battle. Mike Manise falling back to third, Kent moving back up to second. Run there, slides his car up into the front of Josh Roberts. Really needed it to stop just in front of him to force Josh to slow down a little bit, but Josh able to cut under Kent's car there and repeat the same thing. It throws a slider at him. Ken's going to do the same. He's going to trade sliders back and forth. No, keeps it down low that time as caution has come out yet again. Reset. Lap 24 on the 35 was our latest caution. It's going to be lap 25 and 35, and when we get to back underway, 11 laps remain. Josh Roberts and Kent McLean are going to resume that front row battle. Travis McDonald, Mike Manise, second row, third row, Chad Putterbolt, Jonathan Foxworth, fourth row, Brian Angel, Chris Standridge, Kelly McKinnon, and Spot on that fifth row. Sixth row, Mike Davis and Wayne Bridges. Richard Jackson rounding out our 13 car field. much different start this time. He's fallen back maybe 2 car spots in a second spot. Kent McLean in our race lead. Looks like Travis McDonald, Mike Manise side by side, still battling. They are the points battlers for the championship round. Another caution has come out. That is perfect timing. I really need to visit the BobbethTV little boys room, so I'll be back in just one moment. Speed in the notes. It's copy fit. All right, let's see where we're at. Josh Roberts, no, Ken McLean, over half a second lead on our second place driver. Josh Roberts, Mike Manise, Travis McDonald, and Jonathan Foxworth, the top 5. Jay Football, Kelly McKellen, Dawson Potter, Mike Davis, Chris Harris, the 10. Wayne Bridges, Richard Jackson, Brian Angel, the 13. Von Meads, our 14th car, has retired early. Oh, excuse me, 32 or 35. Ken McLean has got a significant race leader there. I just realised we're not even on the good cams. Let's get to those. Josh Roberts and Mike Manise battling it out. Travis McDonald back there in 4th. Jonathan Foxworth, 5th place. Coming up to that white flag lap. We're going to get back up to our leader. Watch the race from his point of view here. The 75 is going to take out the Lucas Oil Speedway round here tonight within the dirt street stocks. Comes through 3 and 4 for that final time. Mike Manise managed to finish ahead of Travis McDonald, points leader for those extra points, but I don't know if it's going to be enough with 3 races remaining in the competition. There we go, results. All right, so Mediocre Racing's Von Mead finishes in 14th place. Nerd Herd Racing's Richard Jackson 13th. Wayne Bridges in 12th. Brian Angel from Yoda Outlaws in 11th. Mo Digging Mafia's Kelly McKellen and Mike Davis in 10th and 9th again. 8th, Chris Standridge for Outcast Racing, KHR's very own Dawson Potter in 7th. Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putterball in 6th. Top 5, the B-Main Bandit Jonathan Foxworth takes out the 5th position. Travis McDonald 4th. Team Southern Sim Racing's Mike Menez in 3rd. J&J Motorsports Josh Roberts 2nd. And Kent McLean for BAM Motorsports takes out the victory. Let's get Ken Steets up on our screen. We'll jump over to the Discord and have a chat. Oh, no, that's not where KHR's Discord is, Bob. It's over here. All right. It looked like Josh Roberts was going to take the 2 races back to back. He said the Dirt Street Stock one was the more important one. He wants to prove himself coming into the new championship season in a couple of weeks, the return of the Roberts Electrical Dirt Street Stocks. But this man, Ken McLean, put on an awesome battle, did not give up on the game plan, even when it looked like it might not have been the perfect choice, not necessarily the right or choice or the wrong choice, but not the best choice. You stuck with it, man. You obviously saw something the others didn't, and you were able to get that car in front before that one of those cautions and get that restart and just hold on. Talk us through it. That low line. Did you make something early? Was there just something that did come in a bit sooner than you thought? But you were certainly quicker on on 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Josh had the obviously the exit straightaways. But talk us through it.
Man, that was an absolute blast.
Mm.
So I knew I've raced this track enough. I know down low later in the race, it really will come in. I wasn't expecting it to be that good that early. Um, I knew in 1 and 2 I could pull up past him, and then he'd pull back by me. Um, but then later in the race, we were throwing sliders at each other like crazy. But I guess the caution came out when we were on the back straightaway. And once I got out in front of him, because I really wasn't able to run wide open behind him in 3 and 4. Um, so I was trying to make a way around him, but I just couldn't. I didn't have the exit speed out of 4. But once that one caution, I was like, man, I said I know I can beat him coming out of 1 and 2 as long as I can get up high in 3 and 4. I've got this. So as long as no more cautions come out, give him another shot at the restart. But it was a blast from start to finish.
Definitely looked like there was a lot of close quarters racing. To the point where it looked like sort of in that midway mark that Mike Menez was going to undo all that hard work that you'd done and was putting on a really good battle with you for second and third spot. Obviously, like I said to Josh earlier, and I've said to some of the other guys, your roles this week are to take as many of those top points as possible away from Mike Menez and Travis McDonald. Obviously, they're the
He
true points leaders, and while they finished in the order I'd like them to have finished in the races tonight, I think there's a little bit too much of a little too less of a gap between them to really close that points lead that Travis has got. But yeah, it's so fun watching those two battle it out for the championship points while battling it out for the individual race, while you guys are in there sort of throwing your hand up for those maximum points as well. Were there any times where you thought Mike might have had you there, or that you might have spent a bit too much time on Josh and that allowed Mike to get past you for a little bit?
Well, that one restart where Josh went to the inside, and I was like, crap, because I knew if I would have got to the inside and at 1 and 2, going in that first turn, I'd have had the lead. But Josh picked the inside, and I was like, well, crap, I'm going to have to try to at least tuck back in behind him as quick as possible. And then Mike got down there, and luckily I was able to carry that momentum on run in the middle of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I was able to just just ease by him, and then finally once I got back around him, I was able to run my line in 1 and 2, and then me and Josh resumed our battle for 30 plus laps. It seemed like so. But yeah, he did worry me there for a few laps.
It's always good. There was so many good one-on-one battles, both races throughout the night. None more so in the street stocks. Yeah, that was pretty deep back. Most cars had no more than say half a second sort of gap on each other, and in the dirt street stocks, that really isn't that big a gap. So a lot of different guys racing for position, but also probably having to spend more time defending than being on the offense, being on the front foot. So it made for a very very cool race. Um, We've got three more races in the championship battle to go between Mike and Travis. So you've got three more opportunities to really get amongst it and make them really work for their points. So tomorrow night, Dirt Legends at Lincoln, and then the three back in the 358s again one more time at Eldora, and then we're going to wrap it up Tuesday night American, Wednesday morning Australian with the limited lates at Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. Out of those three races, Dirt Legends, 358s, and limited lates, what one are you putting your pressure on yourself to perform the best at?
Well, I'm actually going to be out of town all
Ah,
week.
that's right.
I've got to travel for work. Yeah,
Hmm.
so but the Legends would be the nightmare car. I'd
Yeah.
be stressing over if I was running. So,
Amen on that one for sure. That's for me. Um, I sort of got excited when they were like, oh, a lot of the road oval cars, we're going to put dirt tires on them. You're going to be able to drive. And the Dirt Legends were one of the first ones. Prior to that, they were the first sort of road oval car that was a dirt option as well. And I just can't. I just on a road oval course, I can't get them to turn. On a dirt track, I can't get them to can't get them to not overturn. You guys make them look so accessible though, so I'm going to be looking forward to that one because yeah, they're little firecrackers, the 358s. We saw them tonight. They're a lot of fun, especially at Eldora. So that's a shame I'm going to miss that. That's going to be one hell of a race, and then obviously the finale. And possibly the championship decided, depending on how the points go. Limited lates at I-55 is going to be another good one. But not to stress, we do have the regular racing season being formatted as we speak. We know one of the Monday night series is locked in already. My accountant confirmed that we've got four more to set up for the other Monday night race Tuesday and sorry, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night. I'm saying Australian days, but night times for the upcoming individual championship seasons. So you'll be able to compete for some more titles again. I feel like the Yoda Outlaws boys are possibly going to be a bit more of a challenge coming into that. They came into this competition a little bit late to be able to put down a sort of a solid battle. So I'm looking forward to that, man. But just about wrapped up the grassroots series. You guys behind the scenes can definitely pat yourselves on the back. Like I said to Josh, 17 cars in the 358s, 14 in this race here tonight. And this is, day one of the final 3 days of the competition. So that's a testament to yourselves that you're still drawing some high level competition and that there's guys racing up the front as if they're battling for title contention. And not so much the look, I don't want to upset the battle. I'm going to stay out of it and let the guys fight for the title. It's no, put as much of many obstacles in the way of the title as you can for them guys because it's only going to make you better as they fight for those spots. And it's just all round great racing. So yeah, definitely pat yourselves on the back for both your on field and off field efforts, man. It's been an awesome competition, grassroots. Like I said to Josh earlier, you guys, when you change things up each season, it's not just for the sake of it. It's always what can we improve, what do we do good, and what can we improve, and how can we keep drivers on their toes. And um, you started to do it with the grassroots racing, not grassroots. This is grassroots. The Run What You Brung racing series. You guys mix that sort of standardized competition up, but I think this one absolutely amazing. The car combos with the tracks, the different combos of the cars each week. It truly has been an awesome season, man. So not only your efforts on the track, congratulations, but congratulations behind the scenes with the KHR boys.
thank you, Bob. Yeah, John definitely, put the work in and all the admins. And when he reached out to us and was like, hey, give me X amount of tracks, X amount of cars, and I was like, sweet, and we did a really good job on the mixture of everything. Really changed it up, getting people out of their comfort zones and the cars that they never really were either not so you're scared to run, just really didn't run a lot. I feel that they're a lot more comfortable in them now.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to make for a good regular season since everybody has a lot of seat time in a lot of these different cars that we have ran. So I believe it's going to be a lot closer championship race in the
Yeah.
regular season.
No, definitely. Traditionally, we have had a few of the guys be like, "Oh, look, I'll run the 358s, but I'm not comfortable in them, or I'm not going to run the sprint car." Not to say that these are the competitions next season, but just for like prior examples, it's like, "Oh, I won't run the sprint cars. I'm not used to them, or the midgets, blah blah blah." And yeah, it has. It's you've been in everything from Pro 2 lights to modifieds to we had ARCA cars out there at one point, if I'm not mistaken. Like you really have absolutely tested the limits and the combos and the obstacles that throws at the drivers. And everyone, pat yourselves on the back because you've all handled them well. I can't say it enough. The gap between the good drivers and the great drivers is getting such a small gap now that you're seeing a lot of different top fives, a lot of different one-on-one battles on the track, and yeah, just can't say enough good things about what you guys do because it's you're not building winners, you're not building championship collectors, you're building winners. You're improving drivers. Everyone is getting better, enjoying success elsewhere as well. Um, I can't say enough good things about it, man. Um, I've thanked you guys. I've talked a lot about that sort of stuff. Friend, family, and sponsors for you personally, Kent. Who would you like to thank for your individual success, my man?
The wife and kids, you, Bob, for the awesome broadcast, KHR, all the guys, all the admins, BAM Motorsports, John, my teammate. Hopefully, we can get Josh roped in to join the team
Get him
and
on
get
that
John
BAM logo. Yep.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, John
um,
seems like he's chomping at
yeah,
the bit to get that stuff sorted for the next season so he can race. I was talking to him earlier about that, and yeah, it just hasn't been the same without the one on the screens.
yeah. It's we definitely miss him. But also Chad Putterball for he's done a bunch of my car designs here
Mm.
lately. Um, and he designed my street stock tonight, which I appreciate that. I think that's about it.
Awesome, man. And that's the other thing. Not only are the drivers improving, that's the other thing we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of different rap guys. When we first sort of came along, it was predominantly Mike Manise. Chad does up. Chris is another good one, and there's a couple other guys I think over in the Auto Outlaw space that sort of just play with the idea. And the cars always look amazing. There's some really great shiny looking ones. Logos are prominent. There's a lot of different people being represented. Yours with the KP Plumbing logo and KHR BAM, everything on it it looks great. So no, big props. So if you are looking for any wraps out there, and you want to get in touch, reach out via the page, guys, and I'll put you in the right direction because you can't go wrong. Doesn't matter which one of the boys you pick, you're pretty much going to get a winner. There's some great wraps. All right, my man. Look, I
Yeah,
will.
they
Sorry, no, yeah, I could not agree more. I will let you go. You enjoy the rest of your rest of your weekend, the Sunday night. Um, we won't see you on our screens tomorrow, but we wish you all the best of luck when the new regular individual championships start back up. And I can't wait to see what that's going to look like format wise. And I know that no matter what way you guys go, it's going to be some awesome racing and some great competition.
yeah, for sure. And I'll definitely be watching on the road, but I'll be watching the races. So I'll be chit chatting with you in the message board you got.
No, definitely, my man. If you want to jump in the booth, just mention. We can even do that if you want. If you've got a, oh no, you're away. You're away. It's not like you'll be sitting at home watching. So no, that's good. That's good. If you can't be in the on the track, be in the audience. No, I appreciate that, man. I love it. All right, I'm going to let you go. I think I'm about one more coffee away from being somewhat in control of my facility, so I'm going to go do that. We'll be back again tomorrow night to do it all over again with the KHR boys, and yeah, we'll see you again sometime soon, man.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. All right, that was Ken McLean, our winner here tonight in the Dirt Street Stock round at Lucas Oil Speedway. Josh Roberts was our other winner with the 358s over at shit, where were we? Bristol Motor Speedway. That's right. All right, tomorrow night it is the Dirt Legends at Lincoln and the 358 Modifieds at Eldora. And then tomorrow night, Australian, it will be the GT3 Challenge for the 420 Austin Racing League. So 3 races, 2 broadcasts coming your way tomorrow. Follow BobbethTV on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Kick so that you can watch via your preferred platform of choice. As always, appreciate the support. Thank you so much to Brentwood, 2G, to Swiggy, to Griff. No, we didn't have Griffin Shrubs today. That was last night. Sorry, Cody, Team Yoda Racing, Dawson Potter, Mike Menez, Thomas Dennis, Tim Brown, Cody McDonald, Chris Standridge, Kelly McKellen, Drift HSK for the likes, shares, and follows. Appreciate your support, guys and girls. Well, my name's Bob. I'll be back tomorrow night, tomorrow morning Australian, Tuesday night, Monday night American. So we'll see you all again sometime soon. Love yous all. Bye.